Welcome back to the Girl Cave. Today I'm going to be working on sketch number 11 from Sketches for 6x6 Paper Pads, 2-page sketches by Allison Davis from Scrapbook Generations. This sketchbook has 20 double-page sketches and I'm on sketch number 11, a little over halfway point. And I just recently posted a layout share of sketches 1 through 10. I will make sure that I link that video below so that you can go take a look at it. I thought I was going to be using this paper. I had set this paper aside for these pictures of our trip to Europe, and it was the pictures that we take at the airport right before we go on vacations. It's a good idea. Not that anybody's traveling right now, but if you are traveling, especially with younger children, it's a good idea to take a picture that same day so that you have a very recent photograph of them with the clothes that they're wearing on that day in case they get separated from the family. My intent was to use this beautiful paper. I love it because it has right here, it says the destination, and it has like when you look at the screens and it tells you the time and the arrivals and departures of the flights. It's double-sided. I love that green and I love this. And I also had this sheet of paper to go with it. But because I was going to be using sketch number 11 and Allison uses obviously 6x6 papers, I would have wasted a lot of this paper because I know that I would want to make sure that I had that section right there that said arrival and maybe this one that said destination. So I would be cutting through it in weird segments rather than just 6x6. I felt like I was going to be wasting a lot of the papers. So instead, I'm going to save it for another trip, possibly my trip to Korea. I'm pretty sure I could use it there. For this one then, I'm going to be using older product that I have, and this is Perfect Pages Destinations. I got this kit several. When I say several, it's probably 10 years ago. 10 years ago, either Joann's or Michael's. One of those two. And it's going to be perfect for this layout. It came with chipboard letters. It came with sticker letters. It came with some embellishments. I used, I think, 1 or 2 of them already, and more stickers. And 8x8 sheets of paper. So you have, I think, 6 sheets of paper and then 2 solids. First things first, I'm going to create the base of my layout. I'm going to be using white cardstock as my base. And it's not really like bright white. It's almost like an off-white. I need to trim these papers down to 6x6. And once I have the base done, I'll come back and we'll get started. All right, so I have my base ready. So I have my 6x6 papers. The ones in the middle are cut in half. And now I get to build up the page. So I put my pictures, and it's a very simple diagonal design where I have my title and a cluster here, and then another cluster and my journaling there. Along with the clusters, they have a few banners. So I took some sticker words that I found in this kit and I cut them off into little banners right there. Cut off the little corners. So I have those ready. And unfortunately, I somehow misplaced because I can't think of a word that I would have spelled except for the word mail. And I don't know when I would use the word mail, but I'm missing the M, the A, the I, and the L from this alpha. And there's only one from each. So unless I made a layout somewhere that with the title mail or Liam, and I'm pretty sure I have not. So I'm just going to say that I lost them. Therefore, I can't use those for the title. But I did have a sticker sheet that had a few phrases related to travel. And I love this one that says the world is wide, but it's really tiny. So it would kind of get lost. But I also have this one that says Explore. So I thought I wish I had the same alphas. Oh, I lost a little sticker right there. Hold on. I wish I had the same alphas because I would love to have my title be The World is Wide, Explore It. But of course, I don't have the word it. So I'm just going to write Explore the Wide World, maybe. But because I'm lazy, I'm going to figure out a way to use them because I don't want to go out and cut my own title today. There are days when you just want a quick page, and today is one of those days. So I have my pictures already trimmed. 3 of them were 3x4s, and the rest are going to be 4x4s. And if my camera is shaking, I apologize. I have it rigged. Let me see if I can show you. I have it rigged to the power cord because my battery's dying. And I really want to record this. So I have an extension cord going around my room. It's lovely. Honestly, it's a hazard. This entire room has become a hazard today, but I'm gonna get it done because I have not been scrapping for a little bit and I need to get back to it. Lucky for me, I had quite a few videos scheduled. Okay, so let me start in the middle. Right here. And then this will go here. And I have 2 that I want to go together because they kind of tell a story. Here's my youngest son laughing at his father, making fun of his dad, because as soon as we got on that plane, my husband the man can just take a nap so quickly. I don't know how. So my youngest son was making fun of him because he didn't last long. And then a few minutes later, look at the picture I took. The 2 of them were like zonked out. So cute. And my baby boy, that goes there. Let's put my journaling spot up here. So yeah, on that trip, he was going into the 6th grade. So he wasn't quite, it was the summer between 5th and 6th grade. He was very, very young. Okay, I want to cover that with this, but how, let me see. Some things have to go down first. I'm gonna put 3 tags there and some suitcases. Okay. And I'm actually, hold on, let me move this here. I'm actually going to be using a sticker from my basket. Little by little, I'm using things up. I have to go back to that video that I made at the beginning of the year of the items that I put in the basket and count them because I don't remember how many I put in there and I want to see how many I have left. It would be awesome, but I doubt it, that I would use all of them this year. I don't think so. The ones that don't get used up are going in the trash by the end of the year. And then next year, I'm not sure if I'm going to have a basket or focus on my embellishment binder where I keep my stickers and my alphas because it is bursting at the seams. I can't even close it at this point. Instead of it getting smaller, it has gotten bigger. So what does that tell you? A, I'm not doing a good job of putting things away properly. Or B, someone needs to stop shopping. I wonder who that could be. Should I leave space between these banners? I think I do. I mean, I think I should leave a little space so they don't look so, I don't know, so weird. I'm gonna leave space. And I think they're gonna need a little bit more adhesive anyway. And I don't want them coming off, so. Okay, so that's done. All I'm going to do here now is do my journaling. I might add some enamel dots, but let me get this side done first. And I have 2 tags and a die cut, but on this tag it says favorite places, and I want to write down, before I stick it down, I want to write down the names of some of our favorite cities. I'm not going to write all of them down. I know I want the plane in this area, but I don't know exactly where because I have to work the title. And I want to include one of the cameras, which came from my basket. Let me do my tags first. Okay, so I'm putting the tags on first, and then I can figure out where to place the camera. And lastly, I will work on the title. Oh, put a little too much glue there, but it dries clear, so it'll be fine. Right? And then I'll lift up the plane. I take, once I use the pop-up dots, I use this section when I need a little piece. Sometimes I need like a long, skinny, narrow piece, and I'll cut those and use them because why not? Is anybody else a cheap scrapper like I am? Or should I say frugal? There we go. I like that. And now my title. All right, let's just go for it, Jenny. Don't think too much about it. Just a little bit. There we go, explore the world. What color enamel dots should I use? Let me see if I have any in that red. It's not the same shade of red, but it will work. They need a little bit more adhesive. These really have no adhesive. They're really, really weak. They come apart super easily. So I'm going to use a little bit more adhesive and make sure that they don't get lost in my album. And then I'll put some on this side. I'll put one here. And two here. And a little one. And then a little one on this side. And there it is. That is my finished page. This is sketch number 11. It went pretty quickly, actually. I like it. I'm getting my Europe trip almost done. All I have to do is the journaling. And this is actually the first page of that album because it's when we got to the airport here in Jacksonville and we're ready to take on our first flight. Come back again next week as I continue working through the 6x6 paper pad series. You do not want to miss. There are 20 sketches and I'm only on sketch number 11. Bye.